Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another special episode of the Culture Podcast. Or is it the Culture Club? What are we doing now?
What are we doing now?
Yeah,
What are we doing now? Giving birth. Giving birth.
I like that. Manifestation of new ideas.
I feel.
So you've been on the Culture Podcast before, so I can introduce you.
Yes, if you can try.
If it's your first time on the Culture Podcast, we don't introduce you.
Yeah.
But if you've been here, then nigga, we know you.
Okay, if you get the intro right, go ahead.
Okay, no. By the way, you got a signature intro. So please. I don't wanna rain on your parade.
Let's go. My name is Moshcar, the Rare Kama Sutra. Mara City Cafe, the Black Santa himself. Sport Bandan. Where's the bandan? Oh, Mojang. It's my fonte. Still the fonte. The kids call me the champ. Oh,
yes,
you, brother.
Sir. My favorite part there is like, it's my forte. I was like, nah, that nigga got a vocab.
Inside.
All right, man. It's the Culture Podcast.
Yeah.
It's the Culture Club.
Yes.
We're gonna explain a bit more about that as we go, but we're gonna do something interesting that's never been done before.
Yeah.
I am gonna ask you some icebreaker questions, but you're gonna ask me as well.
Yes.
And it's never been done before. Those of you who watch this podcast know I'm always putting niggas in situations, and nobody's ever finding out what I would do. So let's have some fun.
All right.
Let me ask you first. So I'm shuffling.
We're gonna shuffle. Let me just close this bag.
Shuffling the deck.
Close.
All right. Then you pick a card.
All right.
I'll read it to you. You tell me what you're gonna do. Hold on. All right. Let's go.
Let's do number one.
Number one. You have a struggling young company. You have to choose between two equal candidates for a job, a man and a woman. The woman will work for less than the man. Do you hire her for that reason?
Oh. Politics.
That's boss talk, though.
And there's no other context. All we got is what the card says.
Yeah. But it's the culture. It's a judgment-free platform.
Yeah.
We're being honest.
I'm being honest.
So if you're gonna judge the answer, then that's on you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pick the man.
You pick the man.
They said two equal.
Yeah.
They're equal, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick the man.
You pick the man.
Yeah. I'll pick the man.
Really?
Yeah. 100. You wanna know why?
I got a few questions actually.
Okay.
I actually have a few questions about that. Like, why?
Stats says I don't make the facts. I just say them. Stats says men work 4 more hours longer than women in a week. So the less that I was gonna pay the woman, the man is gonna make up in those hours. Wow. And I'm winning more with the possibility of making more.
That's boss talk. Okay, that's boss
like
talk.
I said, disclaimer, I don't make the facts, I just say them.
But then why wouldn't you? So what you're saying is that even if you offer the woman that, like, the difference, let's say the difference is 2,000 rand.
Yeah.
Say, okay, fine, I'll match what I'm prepared to pay the man. You wouldn't empower that woman because you're looking at it from a productivity perspective.
It's a young struggling company. Productivity is a...
But that's interesting, man, because I recently started working with women, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working with women, but like I'm the only guy in a team of women. And one thing maybe it's because they're all bosses.
Yeah.
Like real bosses of big companies. But like, they get shit done, dog. Like,
true.
Bro, women get shit done. And the thing is, they make it look cute on top of that. While they at it. And it's always great as a man to be around people who are prepared to go that extra effort to make it look cute.
That's true.
Niggas will just get it done.
Yeah.
I think ladies will get it done and make it look cute, which counts.
But
that's my opinion, on that situation.
Okay.
You can ask me one icebreaker.
Oh, so we're doing
Pound for pound.
pound for pound, alright?
Yeah.
Okay, these are not questions.
Yeah, these are the jokers.
These are the jokers. Okay, let's put this one right. Okay, right. Alright.
Okay.
Hope you get another political one as well. Alright, a friend has forgotten about a book she or he lent you. You want the book and can't get another copy. Do you keep it?
You know what? Because I know how it feels, I think, bro, I've lost a lot of good books, man. I've lost
To friends?
To friends, dog. Even ex-friends now. And I'm like, man, that motherfucker still has my book. That's all that makes me angry. Like, I had this book, dog, The Science of Getting Rich.
Yeah.
The fucking original, bro. That shit was written in 1924. I gave it to my friend thinking I was helping inspire her because she was feeling down. She took that shit, dog. I never saw it again. You can hear from my tone that I'm touched. Let it out. Bro, I don't think I'd keep someone's book.
Yeah.
Especially if they've expressed to me that they cherish it.
Yeah.
Bro, nah. I think that's bad practice.
Yeah. I was about to say on a moral point of view, it says, as much as I want it, but at what cost?
Yeah, like we have to talk about it. Like, I'm not gonna just be silent because you haven't asked me. But I know, bro, I've gone to people's houses for my books.
At the door. And
I'm like,
on site.
I'm like, nigga, where's my book?
On site.
No, for real. Like, and they respect me enough to know that this guy, like, I gave you this book because, like, it's like medication.
Yeah.
But like, it's like a medication that you can take the contents, but just bring back the container.
I didn't leave you with nothing.
Yes,
I didn't leave you with nothing. I feel.
Empty the bottle. Just bring back the bottle. like you know, the 1.25 Coke.
Yes. Empty the bottle. Just bring back the bottle.
Return for deposit.
No, I feel.
I should start making my friends drop deposits for books that I lend them. Huh?
Boss talk.
I mean, I'll give you your money back, but bring my shit back.
Lick back. Okay, let's do the last one.
Okay, the last one.
Yeah, I think 2 is enough. 2 is
Okay,
enough. So
cool.
we can start chop.
Go for it.
Hope it's not another political.
Okay. Right, this is serious. You hear a woman screaming in the car park behind your block of flats. Do you go to help?
Yes, definitely.
You do.
Yes. No
hesitation.
No hesitation. In my block of flats, it means she lives there as well, possibly. You know. And if my person was living in the same blocks and I'm at work, the niggas, I would expect them to.
Really?
Or I would like them to.
Really?
Not expect.
That wouldn't worry you as well.
That they went to help.
Are they going to help? Like, do you know those niggas?
I don't know if they would, but I would like them to.
Yeah.
I think I would like a society that would move like that, you know?
Also, we don't know what's making her scream. So maybe they don't need your help. You understand?
Maybe, yeah.
You just be crowding the place.
No.
But that's just my perspective,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because me, I don't like to get involved.
Yeah.
You know, like if I don't know what's going on, it's not clear to me. I just heard a scream. I can go and investigate. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. If
it
you
says
investigate,
to go and investigate,
yeah.
then yeah, we go and investigate.
If you go and investigate and you see that
but if I go and
your help is needed, are you jumping in?
Yeah, there's a good chance, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I think there's like an 80% chance.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes I won't lie, man. Like it's scary.
It's scary sometimes.
You know,
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what.
Yeah, it's very scary actually.
And am I wrong for choosing myself? I could be, yes, because you know. Anyway, wait, it's too deep. It's still the icebreaker.
I'm like,
let's
yeah.
okay, hit me. Is it okay? Yeah. Then let's
Okay, this one we did it.
Let's chop it up. Okay, let me go this side.
You are offered £10,000 to appear nude as a centerfold in a national magazine. Do you accept?
£10,000
That's a lot of money in rent. That's a lot of
to
money
appear naked.
on a national magazine.
National
GQ.
magazine.
No, that's even international.
National magazine.
Yeah. Drama. You remember the drama? What's the other one here?
Naked. What type of magazine is that? I mean, look, to answer the question, I probably would do it. I probably would do it. It's crazy. That's a crazy offer. I was like, yo, nigga, get naked. Here's some money. I'm like, what?
Oh, let's go. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I can tell you why not.
Why not?
You know, as men, fathers to be specific, well, our actions really affect our kids. And I feel like the moment you become a father, not to say I am one, but I would like to be one.
That was gonna be my question. Like, wow, I didn't know.
You know, I think, yeah, that would be my frame of reasoning. Okay, is the £10 worth what my kid might go through? But maybe the picture might come out good. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
it's also like, yeah, okay, fine. If it does traumatize the kid, at least the money can help for therapy.
I saw that one coming.
I'm just saying, like, but then, yeah, okay, you know what? Let's just park it there. That's a good icebreaker.
But that was a good icebreaker.
Yeah, shout out, Moshcar. It's good to have you here.
Good to have you.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for pulling up. The last time we were on a podcast, we had a different place.
Yes.
Not necessarily like only a different physical place, but even like mental.
Definitely.
Because the last time you were on the Culture podcast, that was like just before you dropped your project, right?
Yes.
Los Bundus.
And
you
my baby.
Yeah, and you're explaining a lot about it, where it comes from, what your goals are.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you want us to recap on how you feel since then about what you've done, but I can also share my perspective if you're interested.
Let's start there. Or should I go first?
I feel like you should.
I should go first.
Yeah.
So what's the question basically?
My question is like post drop Los Bundus.
Yeah.
Where's Moshcar? And what do you think about how you dropped?
Yeah.
Has it, you know, like, I don't want to ask too many questions because it's loaded.
It's loaded.
That is a loaded thing, and I want you to go off.
Just go off. Yeah. Emotionally, that tape took a lot from me, so it's very hard to make music that's on the same level as Los Bundus emotion wise. I'm trying to go back in there, but I'm happy that it took me there. Like, it gives me the satisfaction that I put in what was necessary for me to put in the emotional investment, you know. But the tape really opened doors for me, you know, man. It made me meet new people, get new fans. I think I even have a few super fans, man.
Really? That's crazy.
That's crazy because you know, when, like, me as a person, I'm a supporter of local artists. So like the music I listen to, I'm super fans of people that are like, you know. So when somebody does that to me, I'm like, I know how you feel. And it makes me feel like, okay, I've worked,
That's
you know.
Cool. Yeah.
As for how I dropped it, I'm very happy. I had ideas and I put them off, you know. So I can say I'm responsible for the success and the failures of it.
Let's talk about the launch party.
Yes.
You know, because the launch party, for those of you who don't know, was held at Culture Sundays.
Sure. In association with Culture. So we thought Culture Sunday didn't exist. Didn't exist.
Shout out. But that was, looking back, it was like, bro, that was a fantastic event, bro. It was a fantastic event. You didn't make $1 million, but you made a bit of money.
You get what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying? Your people showed up for you. we met a lot of new faces. You know, like I met my homeboy Testeezy from
yeah.
Cheese Gang.
Yeah.
And he's my boy now.
He's
You know,
your boy
he's
now.
my boy for real. Like, dog, I was with him yesterday, type of thing.
Damn.
Yeah, man. And like, that's what that party did for me and for the culture. You know, like. So I want to say thank you for that one.
Shout out.
But I also want to ask you further, like, how do you feel? Like when you reflect and you think about that particular moment in the rollout of the project.
Yeah.
What do you think about that time?
I think it was very critical. I think it played a big part in how people view me as an artist, you know, because people were just not to shit on anyone, but people were just dropping, you know. And for me to say, okay, I'm gonna launch the tape, but the tape is not dropping on the same day. So what is the launch party about? The launch party for me was to meet faces, was to see, it was an experiment to see who would come for me, who would put money behind the Moshcar brand.
For sure.
The Moshcar brand worth money, you know? And that was a good, but it was tiring. It was tiring. Cause I promoted that thing for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I
remember it was,
6 weeks.
bro. Come on, and let me tell you, bro. I think you're the king of that, dog. I think you are the king of pushing, bro. Even like, bro, that's what I love the most about Los Bundus.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when it dropped, you know, it didn't drop and the conversation stopped there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you kept engaging and creating different ways of raising awareness about the work. You know, and like that if you ask me, dog, it's a very underrated thing, and I think people generally struggle with that because like we get like consumed. Yeah, the project is out. Let me listen to that Travis Scott album that came out last week because I didn't get to listen to because I was busy making my album.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to live that project. And from what I can see is that at least for a good 2 months after you dropped, bro, you was living Los Bundus.
I was straight.
That's a documentary title, Living Los Bundus.
I'm taking that IP.
It's for you. It's for you, my nigga. I'll give it to you, dog.
I think when the resources are scarce, man, I think you gotta wear all the hats, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And one thing for me that put me under pressure is that I speak a lot about these things. I was speaking, I'm saying niggas don't do this, niggas don't do. So when it's my time, I had to go.
You
and
had
like,
to show and prove.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna push, I'm gonna, you know. And you see that one fan you earn every day by posting every day, they compound to something, like, you know.
Yes.
And then 2 months later, when you not stop, when you are not pushing as much, and then somebody comes back and say, yo, actually that tape, because I've also noticed, you know, some people get repelled by that pushing every day.
Yes.
But
Like,
as soon as you're not,
they're
like, okay,
let me get to listen to it.
And then they come back and say, actually, I see why you were pushing it every day. It's worth it.
But that's also business, you know. Like, it's the early adopters. You know, like, what's that wave? The people who catch on to things first, and the ones who wait for everyone to catch on, and then the ones who catch on after everyone caught on. You know, and it's like that. And that's the thing, bro. Even, like, that's why TikTok is, like, really good for artists. That's the positive side, because if you made music, like, 20 years ago, you still can go viral today. That's the good thing about streaming, that a lot of people are not. It's an investment.
It's an investment.
You know, it's if you treat it right.
Yeah, if you treat it right. If you, I think perspective is everything as well. You know, perspective, but also from perspective, to have perspective, you have to have knowledge. You know, that's why I'm like, yo. Before you speak on things, before you think, you believe in things, go learn about them and see how you can implement them into your craft. This is like a mini advice to kids, you know, like, if you're gonna say, man, I want to go viral, go check what the viral kids do.
Yes.
Most of us, the older gents, we don't like what they do to get viral, but you can incorporate something. There's always something you can incorporate, you know, and then that's how you build perspective. You say, okay,
for sure.
Yeah.
Said like a wise man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Los Bundes is out now. You've been gaining new fans, like you explained.
I want to call them family.
Family.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you call your supporters?
Yes.
Okay, your family.
Yeah, that's family.
Okay. Right.
That's family.
Okay.
For a good reason.
Okay.
I don't know the reason, but it's good.
Okay, yeah, no, family is a good enough reason. If they make you feel like they family,
Yeah.
or you're in their family, then it's family.
It's family. It's family.
Where to from here? Like Los Bundes is out. I also saw that, you're popping up on a lot of, features.
Yeah.
With a lot of, people who are doing a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can we count you in as one of those who are doing a lot of things? Are you making the moves?
As for music, like I said, Los Bundes took a lot from me, so I'm very excited about features.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, last night I went 5.
Five features?
Yeah,
really?
Let's go because like I said, I don't have to be in the state where I was in Los Bundes. I just get the idea from the guy and then I put my. It's very exciting. It's like
yes.
Someone
did the bulk of the thinking. You don't have to do a lot of the thinking. Like, here's the brief. Do it.
It's like finding people in conversations, and you well versed in the conversation. You're just adding on. It feels like that.
As opposed to looking for a conversation. What can we talk about?
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of features.
Very relatable, actually.
Yeah. Doing a lot of features. Okay, also on the side, as much as Los Bundes took a lot of my time away from everything else. So everything else that I neglected when I was making Los Bundes, I'm coming back to that in the professional life, I'm trying to be there for family, I'm trying to be there for friends, I'm trying to be there for Moshcar, the person as well, to say, your fitness, health, just to go back to...
Dog, can I tell you why I like you?
Yeah.
You're a wholesome gent, dog. Not a chakra hung or a chakra guy, but a wholesome gent, dog. Like, I feel like in every conversation we've had, like, I feel like 90% of the time I agree with you and wholeheartedly. Like, man, that is valid. That is so valid. Like what you're saying now. And even what you're saying about like post-drop fatigue.
Yeah.
Maybe we can coin that term.
That's a great term. That's a great term.
It's like post-nut clarity. Post-drop fatigue. Because it's like, in fact, I think it's a real thing. What do they say? The sophomore jinx.
Yes.
They call it the sophomore jinx. Okay, fine. I enjoyed making my first project. Or that project, what am I gonna do now?
Yes.
So I understand that because it kind of feels like you're out of ideas for a little bit, right? You addressed everything. You're gonna sound monotonous now. It's like, but this sounds like that one song in the album.
Yeah, this nigga's not growing.
you know. That's another thing I want us to talk about. Let's talk about making projects. You know. I'm a firm believer that if you're gonna make a full-length project, you should do a lot of living in between projects. Let's say, like now, if I'm gonna drop, I don't think should be dropping the next 6 months or something.
6 months. 6 months.
You know, I feel like a year or two. That's why I don't hate on the Kendricks and the J. Cole's because when the album does come, it's so stacked, it's so dense. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. Do you believe in that too? Do you feel like tapes should be a lot of lived experiences, or so niggas just fire as long as you got heat?
That's a great question, right? I love it because you're giving me an opportunity to explain something about where my mind has been on this type of topic, right? There's commercial and there's artisanal, right?
Artisanal.
You know what I'm saying?
As well.
Artisanal is craft. Commercial is manufacture. So if we're applying it, let's talk about Coke. Coca-Cola is manufactured, but ginger beer is made at home, crafted. So like that's how we must look at industry. All industries are like that. Yeah, all of them. Any industry is like that. So like we're talking about music, right? there's the artisanal approach, then there's the commercial approach.
Yeah.
So like commercial approach is about satisfying demand.
Yes.
Artisanal approach is about satisfying myself.
Desire.
Yes. So there's room for both. Because the demand is there in both cases.
Sure.
Right? But like because I'm inclined as an artist to think as an artist.
Yeah.
Right? I'm definitely leaning towards artisanal.
Yeah.
Because I also believe that, like, I mean, I can make an album, I can make a song today, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going through some crazy shit. The next day I'm over it. The next day something else happens.
Yeah.
And like that's how life is. But like if I'm always like just putting out, right? Just constantly putting out, it loses the magic of the art,
yes.
if you ask me.
Yes.
Because the magic of the art comes in like, man, what happened there? Let me analyze it. Let me smoke a joint and think about it and take some time. Let me write. But what I'm writing is not what even I'm going to record. I'm just writing how I feel about what I went through. And I'm curating my feelings according to, or my thoughts, observations, and shit. According to a sound I want to produce.
Sure.
Not according to a demand that is expected.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what we're seeing right now, happening literally between Kendrick and Drake.
Yes.
That's what we're seeing. We're seeing artisanal versus commercial.
Yes. True.
Even the approach to the diss tracks. One is a artisanal approach, the other is a commercial approach.
I feel where do you think the consumer is? Where do you think the consumer is leaning towards?
The consumer is always the most satisfied because I have the luxury to choose what I want.
No, I'm saying who is the consumer screaming the most for?
I think the consumers are screaming for both. Like, think about it like this. I love analogies, I'm sorry. Man.
Yeah.
But it's like clothes, right? You can buy brand new clothes or you can thrift clothes.
Yeah.
But an individual, the one who's making that decision, can do both if they want. I can go to H&M or I can go to Thrift and Chill.
Yes.
And like in the same day.
In the same day. Sure.
And I'm allowed to do that.
Yes.
That's why the consumer always wins. I don't think it's a case of what they prefer or which one is better.
Yeah.
That's so subjective.
True.
It's so subjective. And it's so subjective that I can choose both and be right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never fault Drizzy for being Drizzy, dog.
No, we can't.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was a good.
And I'll never be mad at Kendrick for taking his time to come up with good ideas.
Yeah.
Because I want both. I do like 2-minute noodles, but I also like homemade pasta.
I feel you.
You understand?
Bumblelees.
Yes.
I feel you. That's a great analogy, man.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's a great way of looking at it. I think you clearly defined what the conflict I was having in my mind.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about words. Like words always give you when you have a picture.
I thought you were talking about Words, the artist.
Oh,
since you got a track with me. I'm like, oh shit, he's also like that.
I feel you. Yeah, that's what I like about words, man. You'd have this conflict in your mind and you don't know how to articulate it, and then someone comes and puts the words for you and put analogies to it, just take it up and be like, okay, this is exactly what I was thinking. Just
I want to give you another example, right? So we're at this venue, shout out to Square 2.0, the new home of Culture Sundays, right? And there's a lot that happens here. Yesterday we were hosting 99 Thrift and Chill. It's the 7th of September, first Saturday of spring, right? There's a market around the corner there, another thrift market. There's another one up the road there in Brooklyn, and someone walks in, it's like, I had no idea this was happening. I'm coming from Brooklyn. I was like, I didn't know there was shit happening in Brooklyn. There's marketed sheds happening in town. And it's like, man, the consumers won today.
They did.
Consumers always win when there are options.
Yes.
So I think if you're an artisanal artist, your fight should at least be to give the consumer the option. Like, yeah, sometimes I don't want to listen to the commercial.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want a shirt from H&M. Yes, I see it's corduroy, but I can get corduroy at Dunusa for $50. Why am I paying $500?
Yeah.
You understand? So I think it's all about satisfying the demand, because there is demand for both. It's like sliced bread and bread that is unsliced. That's why they sell it in the shop. Some people like it like that.
People don't. I feel.
You know, and you find the same motherfucker buying the sliced
and options.
Yeah, you know. So like, I think it's about just empowering the people.
Yeah. You know? Talking about empower, I'm gonna. Before we go too deep with this, I'm just gonna detour so we go into another.
For sure.
So culture, you know, you can see now you are here at Square 2.0. I met you when you were still at 442. But I don't know if they've asked you this before. Where did culture start? And I may have been asking the right person. Are you culture?
It's a good question. Jamai bless his culture, you know what I'm saying? You are culture, we all culture, man. It's not, I think, at least on my side, I've made a very conscious effort not to try and make myself the center. Although it's hard because, you know, I'm always on stage and shit and just controlling and running things, but it's about the people, right? And that is also me. That's my philosophy. You understand? Like, that's how I live my life. I just love people, even the unlovables.
You love.
Got no choice.
Somebody gotta give us love.
You know what I'm saying? So it started. The culture started as a podcast. The irony is that we're recording our vocals on phone today. The audio. And that's taking me back to our first ever episode of podcast. We recorded on Stan's phone with no visuals. Now we got visuals. Shout out to our team there holding us down. Popcorn Creative Studios. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, we recorded it on the phone. He used to come to my place. I used to stay in Irene with my family. We'd come, smoke a joint in the car, record the podcast, let's talk some wild shit. People started liking it, you know, because we also knew some people. So we were able to get like a certain listenership, and people wanted to be guests. That's when a little before podcast became cool, man. Like, you know, I think really at that time the only person who was doing it like with that level of commitment was McG and Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? This was, and the culture, it was the three of us.
The big three.
The big three.
Feel.
You know, and eventually like people started reaching out. They wanted to be guests because, you know, we've been staying in Pretoria for a long time. We got friends and shit, so they have opinions. Yeah, man. And then like
when was this?
Shit, this is like, Stan, when did we record our first episode?
February 2018.
February 2018.
So we're on year 6 now.
Yeah.
Going to 7. That's
I was even thinking about that. We even had a meeting. I remember, like, Doug, Stan, remember when we came up with the name of the culture? We were with Bonnie. She was there. And we were at Slinz's place up the road here. You know, Slinz's place up the road here is now demolished. It's flats. I'm like, dog, we started that shit
in there.
Bro, the building doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
And we don't talk to that girl anymore. But that was her choice.
Oh, that's her choice.
Yeah. We didn't do anything to her.
Okay.
She decided, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So that's like the true origin. I don't think That's exclusive. We never told that story. Yeah, man. So we just like accumulated relationships, friendships.
Yeah.
Got guests on, retained those friendships, and then we're like, man, we know so many talented people. Why don't we do like a event?
Yeah.
And our first event was a talent show in November 2019.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mary Jane's Hacienda. They're still operational now.
Yes.
In Joburg. What's the area? Kensington.
Okay.
Yeah. We had some of our friends pull up there. You know, like, bro, you'd be surprised. The Black Labone founders were there with us. They were our judges for the talent show. So that's how interconnected,
yeah.
you know, like we are in the city, man. Like I even remember being at the very first Black Labones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that energy we fed off of each other and stuff. Even another movement in Pretoria. Do you remember the name of Flex's movement? Speak. No, that's Torsten. Yeah, Flex is another homie who's like working explicitly in poetry. He pulled up there to support us. He's also part of a band, Flex of Here and I. And yeah, they were one of our judges. We had 2 white girls who rapped that won that competition. Yeah, we put them in studio with this guy named D1. D1 is a fucking legendary producer in Malawi.
Okay.
Just he stays here in Joburg. Fucking icon, dog.
Yeah.
You see that song God First of mine?
Yes.
Produced by D1. Yeah. And that's a banger. You know,
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Talk your shit.
You know, so you're taking me back, dog. Shit. Like, that's where we come from. That was our first event. And so after that, 2019 COVID hit the next year.
The next year,
And we laid low for a little bit, but we were building like our podcast like a lot.
Yeah.
Stan used to come to my place every Sunday. Stan contributed to building, you know, he contributed to the upgrades at the toll gates at Zambezi. Sefako Makata.
Because
he was coming so much to my place through that toll gate, dog. You've got rights there. They owe you. You know, and we were committed, dog. So without even realizing, it's crazy to think we churned out 100 episodes. Yeah. So we decided to celebrate that, and we threw a party.
Yeah.
Like peak COVID, dog. Peak COVID. We weren't even allowed. We even put a restriction: no more than 100 people. Don't come. Yeah. And quite a few people came. I think like maybe 70. Yeah. It was cool, man. It was cool. In Midrand, we threw a party at the 420 Cafe.
Yeah.
Shout out to Candice, who held us down, Canna Lady C.
Yeah.
And that was 2020. 2021, June 16, I think we did our second event. But we did other stuff, but our second big one was Youth Day. Yeah, we did an event called Youth in Cannabis, because that time we were like super cannabis activists. I mean, you can see from the culture colors.
Yes.
Now there's something going on there.
Yeah.
You know, like we still are active cannabis activists.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We were at the march earlier this year, type of thing. So, we did an event called Youth in Cannabis, where we brought different demographics of active entrepreneurs in the cannabis space.
Yeah.
You know, and we had like a really great podcast and then an event as well, and like an event in terms of DJs and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and like it was so cool. Like I don't think they ever filled up that venue. It was in Joburg again, like that. And then like that's when we really started to build our confidence in like hosting events.
Yeah.
You know, so we met these other guys who were doing. Bro, it's a lot of stories.
It's a lot of stories.
But basically, how we got to Culture Sundays
started as a podcast.
Turned into like pop-up events.
Yeah.
And then like the thing that really gained our momentum was helped generate momentum was here at Botaki around the corner.
Yeah.
We used to host the culture market once a month
Yeah.
on a Saturday. We'd give platform to artists, have some stalls
Yeah.
and stuff. And the first turnout, we lost money.
Of course.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
6 months in, it was hard to find seats there. Yeah. It was hard to find seats, bro.
Yeah.
We took all the seats in that place.
In that place.
It'll never be as packed as it was that day because they've changed the space now. There's more structures and stuff. So it was fuller than it can get full.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got a DM one day on our Instagram. Hey, do you guys want to come host at 442? Like, okay, cool. We'll try. We tried for 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
And in those 2 years, somehow you and I met.
Yes. I wonder how we met. 05 Studios.
Yeah, 05. Hey, shout out to 05 Studios,
Yes,
man. The
yes.
plug for
That's
real.
the plug for real.
Best graphics designer in the game.
Bro, the best, the greatest. So I asked this question coming off the empowering. So out of everything that you've done in this, so it's 6 years now.
Yeah.
What is that one? Okay, maybe 2 moments that you like when you saw somebody that came out of culture. And you're like, damn, we are impactful.
Bro, thank you for asking that fucking question, dog. Like, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it, bro. That is such a...
Yeah.
You are ready to have your own podcast. You are.
Yeah.
Honestly, because, like, you're exciting me, like, with that. Because I've never gotten a chance to testify openly
Yes,
about,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
like, I'm so proud. I just want to say something also on the line of empowerment. Like I said, we started off being like, we are still cannabis activists, and like our slogan has changed. Now it's curating culture through community.
Okay.
But before it was educate, entertain, empower.
Okay.
Right? So we spell weed with 3 E's. Educate,
Okay.
entertain, and empower.
Okay.
That's like,
That's
that's
dope.
us.
That's artistic.
Right? So we're really into that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of Jemai Bless, dog.
Yeah.
Jemai Bless, but I can't talk about Jemai Bless without talking about. But let me just talk about Jemai Bless. Like, bruh, I've gotten to know him over the past 2 years, right? And he's right here. He's listening. He's so attentive. One of my guys in real life.
Yeah.
And we built our friendship, our relationship over time. He told me that, he did pull up to one of the last culture markets. I didn't know him then, but he never got a chance to perform.
Yeah.
Because the demand was crazy there too.
Yeah.
So when we started doing Culture Sundays, he started popping up frequently, and he wasn't getting the platform. So of course the polish and the performance wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from him showing up, I'm talking like consistently. This guy doesn't care whether he performs or not.
Stay.
But I mean, I'm sure he does care to an extent, because it is disappointing when they say you're going to and you don't get to.
Yeah.
But he's always been a gentleman about those types of situations. But bro, 420 last year, that's his birthday.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah. 420 is
Damn.
Jemai Bless's birthday. He performed with the band at Black Love Warning. I know it was memorable for him. It was his birthday. I was like, nigga, what? You've been practicing this shit on our stage. This is what you've been cracking up. So I've been able to watch that growth.
Yes. It's like watching your kid grow.
I don't like that analogy, because
Okay.
I didn't give birth to the idea of Jemai Bless.
Yes, I get you.
It's like watching somebody, just watching a flower blossom in your garden.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God. So if I water it, it grows. you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And it fills me with so much pride. Let me tell you another story, success story, a fresh one.
Yeah.
Stan, I don't know if we're allowed to mention names, right? But there's a homie, dog, a homie. I say homie because like this nigga comes from far with us too. I told you about the Culture Market, right?
Yeah.
He was the first artist one of the first artists to perform at the Culture Market. When we started doing Culture Sundays, he was one of the first artists performing with us at Culture Sundays. When we launched Culture Sundays, it was a residency, so it was about 10 artists showing up every Sunday. The same 10.
Same 10.
Yeah, so they also got a chance to build their fan base through that, right? This artist this week sent me a voice note saying, "Dog, thank you so much for giving me that one chance." He had never performed in Pretoria before. Thank you so much for giving me that one chance because today I got offered a record deal with one of the big three in the world. So I just want to say thank you. I was like, nigga, what?
He's gone.
So we cooking.
Exactly.
We cooking.
Exactly.
We cooking. So I like to look at it as an incubator.
Yes.
For artists. And no one is going to tell you which direction to go. Just come and find direction and decide and play here.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, man.
So there've been quite a few moments like that, man. Like people that I've even myself, man. Like I'm shocked that I can get on stage, you know, as an MC because something a lot of people don't know is that I'm actually really. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm like kind of introverted. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about things a lot.
Yes.
And I get anxious, like, man, what am I gonna say? But it's like if I don't say anything, nothing's gonna happen. So I've grown also. I'm proud of myself, dog. Like even as an entrepreneur, I'm also like a highlight of what has come out of this thing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I've grown a lot.
Yeah. Talking about yourself as an entrepreneurship. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So we're speaking. I don't know. I think it's not last week. Oh, when we were supposed to do storytellers. When we were shooting the promo for storytellers, and you mentioned like, yo, no man, I was a professional. You know, I was a professional.
I still am a professional.
You know, I was a QS. Because I was also surprised when we did our first podcast that you knew so much about my industry. People don't necessarily know it, but this man is well, you know.
You don't even have to explain what you do. Like, nigga, I know you.
But you also mentioned something that's very commendable. It's commendable to me because I'm very, I don't know if conservative is the word, but I'm very like our elders. I'm very like, yo, man, go to school, get a job. No, go to school, get a traditional. You know, go to school, get a job. If you do art doesn't mean you don't gotta do other things. But you like, no, man. I started my company and I left the red race. What? Okay, first, was it worth it? No, not first. That's second.
Yeah. Hey.
How was
You're good. You're good.
How was
good questions.
how was the decision? Was it crippling? How was it emotionally?
You're putting me in storyteller mode, dog.
Please go.
I'm at storytellers now. Dog, can I tell you? There is actually an episode of the Culture Podcast. We recorded it after I quit my job. In 2021.
2021.
Yeah, we recorded it after I quit my job because I was so mad. I was mad at the way they treated me.
Okay.
I was like, fuck that. You want me to work so hard for you? I might as well just do it for myself. And that's the decision I made. And I told myself, man, it doesn't, if it's gonna get bad, it's gonna get bad. But rock bottom is the best foundation. So let me
that's
get.
A bar.
I wish it was mine, but it's a real niggas who've seen rock bottom will tell you that, like, yo, that was the best place to start.
You
know, so it was a dark time, dog. Like for me personally, because like I'm unemployed. For a long time, I didn't know how I was gonna take care of my, domestic needs. I mean, it's not even to say that now the culture as a business is taking care of that, but I think the confidence that comes from doing this has allowed me to be confident in doing a lot of other things.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, you're proving that you're actually good with people. So why don't you try something like this? And some of those doors open. You know what I'm saying? Turns out we're kind of good at hosting events. So people call us to host events.
Yeah.
You know, kind of turns out we're kind of good at creating a community. So, you know, why not make a community and just, you know, help people satisfy the needs that people have.
Yeah.
You know, based on whatever skills you picked up doing other things. You know, like if I had never studied and worked as a construction manager, dog, I wouldn't understand the principles of management to talk to artists.
So sorry to interrupt, but that's exactly why I always advise people to go the traditional go to school, get a job thing.
Yeah.
The principle you learn in a corporate setting or in a professional setting, when you take those principles and you apply them into your brand, or that's what we call it, just in your brand, into your artistic brand, I really see people fail when they apply those things.
Sure.
I really see people fail when they apply those things. Even if they don't hit the A-lister, but they manage to come up with ways to sustain
Let
this.
me ask you a question. You see this venue?
Yeah.
What career do you think the owner of this venue has? Just like looking at the venue. Or profession.
Now that you was he like what do you call those guys that work with wood? Carpenter.
He's a CA. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once you understand the principles of a profession, you're able to apply, or the principles of the education in that profession, you're able to apply across the board. Monster, the owner of Monster is a South African. He left South Africa to go to LA. That guy was a law professional here in South Africa. Yeah, he quit when he was 40. He was like, fuck that, I want to do something else.
Yeah. And he went.
Look at Monster now. You mean to tell me he's not applying his knowledge of the law to make his company boom?
He is. You know you're making it when they hit you with the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know you
So
in.
it's a sign.
You know now I'm booming.
This one's about to be a billionaire.
But yeah. So you did an episode explaining that, you know.
Yeah, it's actually quite rough, man, that episode. I'm pretty sure if I listen to it, I'll cringe. Okay. Yeah, we'll kind of have to wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
So now we introduce.
Yeah, I think it's important for us to take this moment as we wrap up this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you once again to Moshcar. But I want to say something that's like interesting about this podcast. You know, often people don't get to ask, or I don't get to be asked questions. That's why I appreciate it. And you know, Moshcar reached out. Is like, man, I want to do something with the Culture Podcast or the podcast network of the culture. I want to talk to artists. I want to tap in. You know, so I think this is the pilot of what we're gonna call the Kulcha Klub, which will be hosted by Moshcar, and he'll be seated right here or there, and the guests will be here. You know, and you know, chopping it up, getting into what it means to be an artist and stuff. What are you gonna be talking about? Do you know? Have you figured it out?
I think I haven't figured it out. I know the basics that we're gonna talk about. You know, there's some core things that we have to talk about that you and I as people are interested in when it comes to artistry. You know, but I'm thinking I want to go into the people. You know, like we're talking the commercial and the artistic. I want to go into the artist and get to know them. You know, put a spotlight on the people. You know, so the Kulcha Klub is just like I explained to you. I had a show during lockdown called Black Center's Music Club. Yeah. So, and I told the people that I'm gonna come back, and when I come back, I'm gonna be big and bad. And I had the epiphany hit me, and I'm like, I gotta call you now. This is the way to go. And I'm Like
One phone call.
one phone call and it changed everything. I appreciate you for not, you know, for not giddering me outside. You're like, okay, man, just go. Let's see how it goes.
Empowerment.
That's I was about to say. You know, when you say empowerment, I know you're not capping because you are there. You're there, my brother. You're there. You're there. And thank you so much, the Culture Club. We're gonna get it.
Stay tuned for episode 1. This is the pilot, so episode 1 is gonna be shot soon. Right?
Soon,
Maybe
episode.
next week. We'll
Maybe
see.
next week we'll see. We live, baby.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Popcorn Creative Studios holding us down.